Somewhere in the house for people to ask questions, or maybe we're just shouting at each other. I think we're just shouting at each other. Okay, right on. So, I say this every time. You guys can ask me whatever you want. Any question, man. I dare you, try to embarrass me. It has not been accomplished yet. So, you can ask me anything you want. I don't necessarily promise to answer anything you guys want. But you can try to make me blush, because I need the help. I'm going to sit down because I'm running. Yes. It's old, you know? Why does that matter?
I was wondering if you would sing for us.
Yeah, and that brings up the concert tonight. Okay, I love everybody here, but I love you guys just a little bit. Everybody stop by the table, man. My son is here. He's going to be trying to force you to buy tickets to the concert. Yes. He's 17, he's beautiful, and he's monster good on the guitar. Yep. The band voted him into the band without asking. He brought his band to warm up for us when we were playing in LA, and they voted him into the band. They told me as a father I could veto it, but as a bandmate, I'm already outvoted, so shut up. So, a song. Okay, this probably won't be in the set. I don't want to sing anything that we're going to do tonight. This is a song that I wrote in Romania, shooting a cowboy movie. It happens. So I'm alone in that ramp with my lady by my side. After wars, I left her, and now she's come to watch me die. She's a flower in the sun, and now she's crawling through the mud. 'Cause of me, 'cause of me. My heart was set for killing engines with their babies in their beds. I refused, but my general put his gun up to my head. And I wanted to come home so Abby wouldn't live alone. So I killed and burned them down. We're not a country band. We play rock and roll, we play blues, we play pop rock. It's all radio friendly. But that I was playing a cowboy, and so that popped out of me. Yes, me.
All right, first off, I'm going to give you a little bit of crap.
What's he doing in here?
Kathy Bates, so old. She was only 57 when she did P.S. I Love You.
It's a better story the way it is.
My question is, you have said you have had professional mime training. Can we either see a very windy day or being slowly encased in an invisible box?
Okay, yes to Kathy Bates. No. Everyone hates mimes for a reason. Good story with Kathy, though. This is one of my favorite stories. I learned when I was shooting P.S. I Love You, and I learned a valuable lesson, which is that the big stars are very cool. Like, you know, TV people like me, like, we can't be fired, so if we get stroppy, they really don't tell you about it. So often TV people are like, hey, I'm Mr. Important Guy. But the really good actors are also working with the really good directors, and the really good directors do not want to put up with that. So the really good actors are like, what do you need? How can I help you? Yeah. And so I'm shooting with Kathy Bates, and she's 24 years old. She has like a 100-degree temperature all day. And they film her from the back of her head all day because we're filming Hilary Swank that day. And it took 11 hours for them to turn the camera around. In the last hour of filming, they turned around on Kathy for her close-up. And I thought, okay, here we go. This is an Academy Award winner, and she's going to have a few words for our director today. And the only thing that Kathy said was, we're waiting to go on, and she turns back to me. She's got the door handle onto the set. She turns back to me and goes, "Men from the boys, James. Men from the boys. Here we go." It's like I'm falling in love right now, Kathy. Yeah, it's awesome. Yep, that's my Kathy Bay story. Yeah,
How was your experience doing the audiobooks for the Harry Dresden Files?
right on. My experience doing audiobooks for Dresden Files, that is both one of the most rewarding things I do and also one of the hardest. You know, like, one of my favorite things to do when I'm filming, my favorite part of the process normally is studying my lines in bed the night before. Because, like, that's when everything is would-be and possibility, and you can dream dreams and make your little plans like how you think it's going to go tomorrow, and it never does. But acting for film, acting on stage is wonderful because nobody can tell you to stop. Once the curtain goes up, everyone loses control but the actors. We just go. But in film, you're constantly being interrupted. Cut! Oh, wait a minute, James. Okay, and go. Cut! You know, and there are people touching your face and fixing your collar and everything, and it gets freaky. So it's really like trying to do a job, any job you have, like if you're an electrician or whatever, but it's trying to do your job all day while someone is throwing gravel in your face. Like, it's not enough to send you to the doctor, but it makes you kind of like, you know, at some point you just want to go, stop it! So when you do books, no one really tells you to stop, and you just go for hours and hours, and that part is wonderful. But at the same time, when you're acting normally, you have help. You have people, you can stop talking at some point and the other actor will start talking and start feeding you, and it's not so tiring. But when you're doing a book, you're just reading for like 9 hours with 20 minutes for lunch, and at the end of the day, I can't speak anymore. I come home, I'm like, honey, I've got nothing for you. Nothing. Yeah. What's up?
Can you give us a little Spike impression?
No, I don't do Spike anymore, for God's sake. I'm not Spike, I'm James Marsters, for God's sake. What was the biggest change going from Buffy to Angel? None. Sarah looked different. I was sleepy, so I wasn't sure. But no, I mean, it's the same actors, the same writers, the same directors, the same producers. It was, you know, it was a different set. You know, Angel. Okay, this is the big. Just here we go. Angel had less money, which was, from an actor standpoint, a gift from God, because we were known as Buffy the Weekends. There were people in Los Angeles that refused to come work with us, both actors and crew, because normally a show will shoot 12 hours a day. No more, no less. But at 12 hours, you have to start paying the crew time and a half. After 14 to 16 hours, you have to pay them double. It goes into what they call golden time. But, so nobody goes over 12 hours. It's just too expensive. But on Buffy, Josh is like, quality over anything. And we would go 12, 14, 16, 20 hours a day. We would start at 4:30 a.m. Monday morning, and we would get done when the sun rose Saturday, Friday night. So we got burned pretty bad on Buffy. But Angel was like 12 hours and out. You can set your clock by it, and you're like 3, 2, 1. That's a wrap. It's like I would shoot Buffy and Angel, and then on Friday, because Friday night was always night shoots, and that's always vampire time. So Friday night's me and the stunt crew. That's us. And then I would get in the car and go drive 350 miles to visit my son up in Northern California. And so I would be really tired. And he's 4 years old, and the sun's just coming, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning or noon by the time I get there, and he's ready for me. Like, is there any Red Bull around here? He's one of those. They're good. Yeah. What's up?
I just want to know what your favorite episode of Buffy was.
What's my favorite episode of Buffy? Wow. Season 2 through 6. They're all good, man. Wow. It's got to be the musical. But I have my own reason for that. The reason that it was my favorite episode is because we were all terrified. We had no faith in Joss Whedon at all. We thought that he'd lost his mind. We thought that either the pressure had gotten to him or his ego had gotten to him, and he decided to flush the show and our careers down the toilet. Fell swoop. No one had done. There was a cock rock. They didn't do so well. You know, it hadn't ever been done. It had never worked. Musicals were not big in the movies yet, and it really was. It was unheard of. And more, also, it was. Tony Head and I were both performing music publicly. And so we weren't so concerned with that part of it. But the rest of the cast, it was like being asked, like if you're a roofer and then you come to work and they want you to do be an electrician, you're like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna electrocute myself. I don't know about that. And that was what they felt, and they were very justifiably so. It's like, you didn't hire me to be a musical actor. You know, just had me juggle chainsaws. It's safer in my career.
Sing some!
What?
Sing some!
Sing? I already sang!
We just love your voice.
So, yeah, Josh gave us a cassette tape of the songs instead of a script that week. And it was him and his wife singing the songs and playing the piano. And they weren't that very good at it. So the songs didn't really sound so great. And I came out of my trailer like, anybody else? You know, and everyone else was like, I came to find out that Josh was not, he's going to have us do this. And we all tried to talk him out of it, and he wouldn't be talked out of it. And everyone started complaining and whining, and it got really bad. And then at some point, we all figured out that we were not going to get out of it. That it was surely going to fail, but we'd better try our best anyway. It was kind of like the final episode of Angel, where they're pretty sure they're all going to die, but they're going to fight anyway. Well, that happened in real life. You know? The whole cast decided to stop whining and get down to it, and then it worked out. So it was like the best of all possible worlds. Let's come over here, man. Nick Fury!